All across North America, a silent giant underpins our daily lives. The clock is ticking to midnight for Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. The rail network, a complex web of steel and cargo, silently ensures our supermarkets are stocked, our factories hum, and our cities thrive. But this often invisible system is on the brink of a shutdown, a stoppage that could ripple through every corner of our lives. Imagine grocery stores stripped bare, variety reduced, bare essentials or local supply only with essential goods in short supply, and the daily commute transformed into a logistical nightmare. This is not a scene from a dystopian film, but a very real possibility as a labour dispute between major rail companies and their workers threatens to bring the entire system to a standstill. At the heart of this looming crisis is a standoff between two giants of the North American rail industry, Canadian National Railway and Canadian Pacific Kansas City, and the powerful Teamsters Canada Rail Conference, the union representing over 125,000 rail workers. The dispute centres around wages, benefits and working conditions, with both sides locked in a tense battle for their respective interests. The stakes couldn't be higher. A rail stoppage, even for a short period, would send shockwaves through the economy, disrupting supply chains, impacting businesses and leaving millions of ordinary citizens grappling with the fallout. The heart of this potential crisis lies in the breakdown of negotiations between the rail companies and the Teamsters Canada Rail Conference. Both sides have dug in, their arguments highlighting the high stakes and complex realities of the situation. The Teamsters, representing the workers who keep the trains running, argue that their members deserve better wages, improved benefits and safer working conditions. They point to the crucial role rail workers played during the pandemic, keeping essential goods moving even as the world shut down. They argue that the companies, enjoying record profits, can afford to share more with the backbone of their operations. The rail companies, however, counter that they offer competitive wages and benefits in a challenging economic environment. They emphasize the need for operational flexibility and cost control to remain competitive in a global market. They warn that acceding to all the union's demands would cripple their ability to operate efficiently and could lead to higher prices for consumers. One of the most immediate and visible impacts of a rail stoppage would be felt in our grocery stores. The vast majority of food products, especially non-perishables, rely heavily on rail transport to reach supermarket shelves. A shutdown would quickly disrupt this delicate supply chain, leading to shortages and empty shelves within days. Imagine walking into your local supermarket only to find bare shelves where your favourite cereals, canned goods and packaged foods used to be. Fresh produce, while less reliant on rail transport, would also be affected as refrigerated rail cars are crucial for transporting fruits, vegetables and other perishables across long distances. The impact wouldn't be limited to food either. Essential household goods, from cleaning supplies to toiletries, also rely on rail transport. Chlorine for municipal water would have an impact on health and safety, as well as fossil fuels, petroleum for vehicles, as well as industry fuels like diesel. A prolonged stoppage could lead to widespread shortages of these everyday necessities, creating inconvenience and hardship for millions. For millions of North Americans, the daily commute is an unavoidable reality. But a rail stoppage would transform this routine into a logistical nightmare, particularly in major Canadian cities like Montreal, Toronto and Vancouver, where commuter rail lines are essential for moving people to and from work. Imagine packed platforms, overflowing buses and gridlocked streets as commuters struggle to find alternative ways to get to their jobs. The sudden surge in demand for buses, subways and ride-sharing services would overwhelm existing infrastructure, leading to delays, overcrowding and frustration. The economic impact would be significant, with businesses facing lost productivity as employees struggle to get to work or are forced to work remotely. The strain on public transportation systems would be immense, highlighting the crucial role rail plays in keeping these urban centres moving. The potential disruption extends far beyond our borders. The Port of Vancouver, a critical gateway for Canadian exports and imports, relies heavily on rail links to move goods to and from ships. So does the Port of Montreal. A rail stoppage would effectively cripple this vital artery of trade, stranding cargo and creating chaos for businesses that depend on international trade. From agricultural products to manufactured goods, a vast array of Pacific Rim goods flow through the Port of Vancouver, connecting Canada to the global economy. Raw resources, manufactured goods and produce flow from Canada to Vancouver, as well as the Port of Montreal, which exports goods and resources to Europe and beyond. A disruption to this flow would have far-reaching consequences, impacting businesses, disrupting supply chains, and potentially damaging Canada's reputation as a reliable trading partner. A disruption to this flow would have far-reaching consequences, impacting businesses, disrupting supply chains, and potentially damaging Canada's reputation as a reliable trading partner. Time is running out, as the official lockout between workers and their employers starts at midnight on Wednesday, August 21st, leaving very little time for an uncertain Thursday morning and beyond.